Drop your hips all the way back down to the floor. Point your toes. Slide your ankles straight out to the sides till your feet flop to the floor. Plant your hands in front, hop back to the high push-up position, and lower through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog with an inhale. Downward facing dog with your next exhale. Use the dog to elongate your legs. Press outward and downward through your heels. Outward through your hands. Then hop to a squatting position near the front of the mat and set up for the crow. Leaning forward, position your leg bones on your uppermost arms. Squiggle side to side a little bit and explore the possibility of drawing even more leg bone a little higher upward toward your armpits and the side of your body. Plant your hands roughly shoulders width, lean forward, and gazing ahead, lift either one of your feet or both of your feet all the way upward as well as off the floor. Lean your body's weight forward and ahead. Float your legs back, lower through Chaturanga, then take the upward dog on your next inhale. Downward facing dog with an exhale. If your tripod headstand is a bit wobbly, feel free to repeat the crow posture a couple more times as we work on tripod headstanding variations. You could also consider finding a space to practice on a wall. Come down to a kneeling position on your shins. If you want to explore the tripod headstanding option, lean forward, plant your hands on the floor roughly shoulders width apart, and put a little pressure in your hands. Rock your body's weight forward and create a tripod by placing the top of your head on the floor. Roll your toes under behind you, straighten your legs, walk your feet closer to the hands, and take a few moments to just get used to balancing your weight on top of your head. If there's any uncomfortable sensations in your neck, back out and practice the crow. If you wish to go for the headstand, shift your hips toward the front of your mat. Slowly pike either one of your legs or both of them into the air. But to explore the half lotus posture while you're here, bend your left leg and place the leg in half lotus position and press your knee up into the air. If you wish to go further, squiggle your right leg into full lotus position, or simply leave all that out and just keep your legs straight. Press your knees straight up into the air if your legs are in lotus. Use all the hip flexibility that you built in the previous postures to explore this balance effortlessly. To exit, unfurl your right leg first and then the left. Pike your hips down near the floor, and just before your feet touch, hop back to the low push-up. Upward dog on an inhale, and the downward facing dog with your next exhale. Slow your heartbeat down with long exhales, and let your body be still. And we couldn't possibly do that on one side and not the other, so repeat the crow pose again if you wish, or come down to your knees. Then plant your hands on the floor in front of you. Rock your body's weight ahead. And with a bend in the elbows, place the top of the head on the floor so that you have a tripod base between your palms and the top of the head itself. Curl your toes under behind you, straighten your legs, walk your feet forward, and then shift your hips toward the front of the mat very, very slightly. If your neck is uncomfortable, come back to the crow. If you're going on, press down through your hands, shift your hips toward the front line of your mat, slowly and gradually pike your feet straight up toward the ceiling. Feel free to stay there with straight legs if you're not ready for the lotus while upside down. If you've chosen to go on, place your right leg in half lotus pose, press your knee up into the air. You'll have to fish around a little bit with your left foot, but try to hook your left foot over the top of the right leg, squiggle both legs into position, and then once the legs are locked in the lotus, press your knees straight up toward the ceiling. Pull your belly muscles all the way up and in as your knees press toward the roof. Keep your eyes locked on a single point. Bail by unfurling the left leg and then the right. Sweep your feet down near the floor just before they touch, hop back to the low push-up. Take an up dog and a down dog. And breathe. Roll to the high plank.